What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Therapy Time is Now. I'm Lennox.
And I'm CC.
Today we are going to be switching things up. We are going to be talking about what it means to be a man underneath pressure, how to under the stress without losing your cool or feeling like you're falling apart.
And don't worry, everyone can stick around for this one. We're going to be talking about how men face challenges in their life and how people can manage and handle the pressures that surround life and some strategies around that.
Yeah, and let's be real. Let's be real for a minute at least. There's a lot of pressure on men these days to keep it together, but nobody really talking about how we do that. So we are breaking it down today. We are going to be showing you what real strength looks like when life tries to knock you down. All right?
Yep.
So let's talk about the unspoken pressure that men face. There's this constant expectation to be strong, to never show weakness. It's like we're supposed to undo everything like it's nothing. Jobs, relationships, bills, family. But let's be real. That's a lot to carry.
Absolutely. And it's like society teaches men and forces men to just bottle up all the emotions and not give them any opportunities or strategies to handle the emotions and pressures of life.
We're expected to be providers, protectors, and solvers like 24/7. Like, nobody really wants to hear about the struggle, but that's a real life man. Like, that's a real life man. There's always going to be pressure, and it's how you deal with it that shows real strength. That's what I would take from that. So, let me hit you with a real story. Picture this. I'm in the middle of a major turning point in my life. Working together, everything is getting shaky.
Your work life.
Yeah, responsibilities are pulling up, and I've got people depending on me. At this point, I'm holding everything down, but I'm feeling the pressure like crazy. I'm thinking I can't let anyone see me sweat, and I sweat very easily. But I'm just thinking, I can't let anyone see me sweat, especially not the people I care about. So that's a lot to think about. You know what I mean? Um, then it happens. I lost my job. In Everything's just going out of control. Was just slipping away. In that moment, the pressure wasn't just heavy; it was suffocating. Like the last thing I wanted to do was show that I was struggling.
Yeah, and that's intense. I know a lot of guys can feel that pressure. You don't want to show that weakness,
Mm.
but even when things are falling apart, and that's when it can also be the most important time to show that vulnerability and that weakness of what you're going through.
Exactly. I remember, just reflecting, and I'm like, what now? Do I break down and let me do I break down and let the stress get to me, or do I find a way to keep moving forward? And honestly, I was pissed. I was just angry at the situation, angry at myself for not being prepared enough. But there's this thing: anger didn't solve the problem. What I had to do was shift gears. I had to stop focusing on what I have lost, and start thinking about how to bounce back.
Wow. So how did you handle all of the anger and pressure that was building up inside you?
So here's how I handle that. Basically, and this is something I think every man needs to hear. Tip number one: control your emotions. Don't let them control you. You know, Men need to hear that. When you're under pressure, it's easy to snap, but real strength is about keeping your cool even when everything around you is falling apart.
Well, that's big. And I think a lot of times people think emotions are a weakness, and but controlling them is actually one of the strongest things that you can really do.
Oh yeah,
I
definitely,
think
definitely.
another key part is to identify
Mm-hmm.
the emotions and process why we're there,
Mm-hmm.
why the emotions are there,
Mm-hmm.
because there is a reason most of the time.
Yeah.
And if you're able to identify that, then you know what your next step can be to move forward and where to heal from there as well.
Exactly. You have got to be able to step back, take a break and look at the situation without letting your emotions drive you to those crazy actions. Tip number two: focus on solutions, like not problems. It's
Mhm.
easy to get stuck thinking about what went wrong. But that doesn't change anything. Like, start thinking about what what you can do next.
Yep.
How are you going to fix it, and where are you going from here?
Yep. And I I don't want to repeat myself too much, but I think it's so true, and that's where the resilience really comes in.
Hmm.
You
Hmm.
need to identify the problem so you are able to then move forward and continue on in emotions surrounding whatever pressure is coming at you, so then you know what your next move is,
Yeah.
and then you can make that next move.
Yeah, exactly. And I guess the next step would be number three: stay disciplined. Pressure will make you want to give up, but discipline is what keeps you moving. When you feel like throwing your towel, remind yourself of your goals, your family, your responsibilities. That's what keeps you locked in when things get tough.
I think that's so powerful. I really feel like routine follows closely with discipline.
Yep, yep.
I If you can keep yourself disciplined enough to maintain a routine,
Hmm.
and whether that's daily, weekly, or even monthly,
Hmm.
whatever that routine can be,
Yeah.
then it helps keep you sane even in the hardest of days of what you're experiencing. Whenever life gives you that pressure, that gives you the challenges that are out of your control, and you can't handle it, so you need to find ways for you to handle that. And one of the ways I've seen it, and you can see it in psychology and so many different platforms, they
Hmm.
speak about this: you need to keep a routine for yourself.
Hmm.
And that's one thing that will really help you. And an example of this, you can decide what works for you, but you need to create a routine that works and that you can stick to.
Yeah.
And that can even be an example of making your bed every morning
Hmm.
when you wake
Yep.
up,
Yep.
or putting on a nice outfit, not just staying in your what you slept in the night before all day
Small
long.
habits.
Exactly. Small habits make big change.
Exactly.
So you need to have that routine and that consistency, and you need the discipline to maintain the consistency of your routine.
Hmm. And let's talk about masculinity, strength for a minute. I think that's very important too, keeping on the topic. Masculinity doesn't mean never feeling stress or pressure. It means knowing how to handle it. A lot of times people mistake silence for strength, but sometimes it's the quiet guys who's falling apart the most.
Yeah, I think that's so true, and we need to break that stereotype.
Hmm.
Men are taught to keep everything inside, and that's not healthy. There were Men are raised to just keep everything bottled up inside and
Hmm.
not show any emotion, because that's shown as a vulnerability or a
Hmm.
weakness.
Hmm.
Real strength, however, is knowing when to talk,
Yeah.
when to use your circle, and whether that's your family or friends or whoever's in your circle that you
Hmm.
rely on,
Yep.
knowing when to do that, and when to also just take the problem and know to handle it yourself.
Exactly. We are not robots. Let's be honest for a second. You know what I mean? We are not invisible, but we are strong because we don't let pressure break us. We let it shape us. Every challenge is just another chance to get stronger mentally and emotionally. That's what people don't see. Men can learn to not just survive under pressure, but take it and strive with it. Even.
We want to hear from you guys. Is I know there are a lot of people out there that do feel the pressures of life,
Hmm.
and even right now. So I want you to drop a comment and below on this video and tell us what is going on through your life. What is the biggest challenge that you faced,
Hmm.
and how did you handle it?
So here's what I want you to do, guys. All right, it's simple. She just mentioned it. I know a lot of you out there are feeling that pressure. Maybe you're feeling depressed right now. Maybe um, it's just not working out for you. Again, stress it. Drop a comment below. Tell us about it. What's the biggest challenge you have faced? Like, really, the biggest challenge you have ever faced. You know what I mean? Drop it there and we'll share even more with you guys. You know what I mean?
Yep.
How did you handle it? Or is it still going on? Are you
Mhm.
working through it? Let's talk about it.
Yeah, what's
Let's
your story? And if you're feeling like you're carrying too much on your shoulders, just remember you're not alone in this.
Yeah, you're not alone.
Let's build that community.
Let's build that community.
Yeah.
Subscribe now below.
Yes.
I can't stress that enough.
Yeah.
Subscribe, follow the page, give us what ideas you want us to bring for the next episodes.
Yep.
Just tell us,
Yep.
like tell us in the comments there. Let us know where you're from in the comments there, tuning in. Again, if it's at night that you're watching this, I hope it helps you to sleep better
Yeah.
tonight. And if it's daytime, you're going out to work or wherever you're going to, I hope this brightens your day. You know what I mean? So all right, that's it for today's episode. Remember, handling pressure isn't about being perfect.
Mhm.
It's about staying strong and finding your way through the storm.
Yeah, real strength is in those hard moments.
Yeah.
And we're really glad that you're here with us today.
Mhm.
If you enjoyed the video, make sure that you like it, or tell us, give us some feedback in the comments if you want us to see it go another direction or
Yep.
what you want to hear us from.
Let us know, and we'll see you next time until the time is now.
Yeah,
So bye bye. See
bye.
you then.